everyone. I'm Kimberly with My Victorian Heart, and I want to do another 4th of July project with you. And this one is going to be with the Handcrafted Holiday Traditions 2-piece ornament in the shape of the USA. And it comes packaged like this. And this is number ORN0070. And it has a loop for ribbon right there. And we are going to use this darling Victorian postcard image right here, the little patriotic couple. I really love these designs, and this is by Decoupage Queen, and this is rice paper, and it has 4 designs on 1 rice paper, and it's called 4th of July 4-pack. And if you remember, we just did a 4th of July lantern with the same designs but in vellum style paper, which is kind of opaque and like lets the light come through. And the other patriotic project I would like to do is this darling large USA plaque, and this is also by Handcrafted Holiday Traditions, and it comes packaged in here. It is 2 pieces, and we are going to do this beautiful watercolor rice paper by Paper Designs Washipaper. And we have all of these papers that I'm working with in stock at myvictorianheart.com, and we ship the same day or next business day, except when we have high volume orders going out for like sales and new releases. But other than that, we ship really fast. So, and everything's always very thoughtfully packaged. So again, you can find all of our creative joy at myvictorianheart.com. So as what I did is I took a pencil and I mapped out how I want to put this on here. But this is sort of an idea. I think it'll be very pretty, and we'll be painting the MDF parts, you know. And we're gonna put the camera down, and I'm gonna get to it. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's get this creative joy going. We're gonna start off painting our ornament with Pentart bonding primer, and this is just like a white color, and this helps give the surface some tooth to hold on to paint that we apply, which we'll be applying Pentart Chalky paint after this dries. There's 2 pieces. We'll start with this piece right here first. Just a quick light coat is all you need. And it dries pretty fast too. You can speed that up with a, you know, a heat gun or a blow dryer. And we'll do the back in just a little bit, because we'll be painting and stenciling on the back too. So now we just need to do these little parts here. Okay, I think that's good. So now we want to get our large top piece done while we let those dry. And we'll just speed up our drying on this one with my heat gun. Stuff dries pretty fast though. Oh yeah, it's pretty dry already. Okay. So now we want to take our rice paper and decide how we want it. And we're gonna add a coat of Chalky Dekor paint in just a moment. So I think is what I did is, this is better. So I tried to sort of fit them in the middle, but keep them on this paper and keep their little hats in the frame. And don't worry about edges, we can always blend those with paint. So I think that's really good. All right, let's get this painted. I like to plan out my placement of images, you know, get it right in my mind. So we're going to use Pentart Dekor paint Chalky and the color white. And I like this paint because it has really good coverage and it dries pretty quickly too. I think it'd be really fun to stencil some gold stars on the back of this. Like we can paint the back with like dark blue or classic red, and then the gold stars in a metallic. I was going to use the gold deluxe paste for the stars. That would be really pretty. They're beautiful. That deluxe paste in gold is just super pretty, really brilliant. So let's clean this off. So let's get this chalk paint dry. And we just want to give this a light coat of chalk paint too over the bonding primer. And the frame on the front, we can paint this, like we could paint it dark blue, we could paint it red. I think it would be fun to do the top piece in a contrasting color to the back piece. And you don't even have to paint it, you could do a color wax. Like we have metallic red and we have gold. We have a lot of options for that, you know. So it'll come to me what I want to do as I move along. What tear our cute little cuties over here. And I like to use the watercolor pen by Pentart. Just fill the barrel with water. I hold the frame down and I kind of just gently pull to tear the paper away. I think you could, you know, outline this with a pencil and then just cut it with scissors too, if you really wanted to. A little more. There we go. Oh, perfect. All right, let's get some decoupage varnish and glue. So we're going to apply the paper with decoupage varnish and glue in matte finish by Pentart. I like to use my IOD silicone paint blade to smooth out my paper. Works like a charm. Doesn't drag across your paper. You just gently hold it and it does the job. Okay, I think we're good. Let's get this dry. We'll set it aside just for a minute while we get the large one done. We have to paint this one here. So and while we wait for that to dry, we'll put a little coat of paint on here. And this is Pentart Dekor paint Chalky in white. Okay, we're try. So I think we want to see how we want this. Whoops, upside down again. Upside down to me. Okay. So, see how we want that. I have my little pencil marks, so I have to line them up. Okay. So, I wonder if that lines up okay. Probably be easier to wet tear around this, you know? Yeah, I think we're good. Lay it on here and we get the decoupage glue on it. Okay, this is a pretty paper. Okay, Pentart decoupage, varnish and glue and matte. Put a coat on top. It's nice to have a good coat or two of the decoupage varnish and glue because if you get paint or anything on your design, like the image part, you can just wipe it off with a damp cloth or, you know, it's really nice to have the protective varnish coat on here for that reason. They're so cute, these little people, you know. I just love the old Victorian postcards so much. They're adorable. So cute. Okay, let the little kiddos dry. Okay, let's get these dry. A little heat. Help them along, you know. Closer with my heat gun. Okay, these are dry, and now I'm gonna take this sanding block, which has a nice skinny angle, and it helps me get into these little crevices in here. So I'm gonna lay down some paper so I don't make a mess on my work table. And we'll get these edges going. So there you go, see? They clean up pretty nicely. And you can take decoupage glue and a little brush and go around and tack down little fibers and pieces. So I'll finish sanding these off camera to save recording time. And I'll just show you on the little one, this little narrow skinny piece is even getting into the little crevices on the small USA Ornament. So this is a great little sanding block. I bought them at, they were in a pack, like a 2 or 3 pack at Home Depot or Lowe's, somewhere like that is where I got them. And I just love them, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna finish these up and I'll be back. Okay, I have finished sanding the MDF bases and, you know, sanding off the torn paper around all the edges. And it's nice and neat now. So looks much better. So on here, you know, we may have like a few high fibers, you know, like right here. But we're just gonna take decoupage varnish and glue and a little brush and go around and just tack them all down. Okay. So just go along here, because you know, sanding all around here kind of exposes the edges and like a little bit of the underside. So you want your paper down nice and secure all around. So that's what I like to do with these. And just smooth it out. Go along the sides there, and in all the little details and crevices in here. And you know, it gives you another coat. It's good to do an extra coat on here. Okay, we have touched up all of the edges and secured our rice paper and got rid of any fibers, and I'm now drying another coat of decoupage varnish and glue. So there are a good couple of top coats on here, and we get to do the fun stuff now, adding finishes and color. Okay, so now we need to paint these overlays on each of these. So this one, I was really debating on if I wanted it blue or red. This is Pentart acrylic paint matte, and it's called Red Vine, and it's a really good deep red for, you know, matching these up on both of them. And then this is indigo blue. It's a really good blue for this color. So I think we're gonna do this one blue and the large one red, okay? So let's start with the small one. So you can get a good look at the color. This on here, so I can sit this down. There we go, I don't wanna make a big mess. So again, this is color is called indigo blue, and it's Pentart acrylic paint in matte. And we have all of the products that I've been using, we have in the store. So I am going to finish painting these little details, and I'll start on the large one with the red vine color, and I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm going to paint the large USA plaque overlay with a Pentart acrylic paint in matte. Red Vine is the color, and I just finished this one, and it's drying, so it's pretty wet, but it'll be really pretty. I love this color. It's called Indigo Blue, also by Pentart. So let's get started on this beautiful red vine color. I just use a small artist brush. So I will go ahead and get this all painted, and I'll be doing the inside edge here, and I'll be doing the outside edge, but I won't do the underside because we're going to glue that down to this base that we decoupaged. All right, so I'll be back. Okay, I finished painting the small ornament overlay, as well as the large USA plaque overlay. And I painted it in the color Red Vine by Pentart on the inside edges and the outside edges, but not underneath, because we'll be gluing it on here like this. And I'm just letting it dry some more. And here is the blue one for the small ornament, and it is still drying too. So it'll look really nice on here. So since I painted the small ornament overlay in the indigo blue, I'm gonna paint the back in the Red Vine. And then alternatively, I'm going to paint the back of this in indigo blue. So they'll have contrasting front and backs. So let's start with the indigo blue on the back of this one. Well, actually, we do need to put a coat of bonding primer, I forgot. So get that done. Okay, gonna let these dry. Be back. Okay, I'm gonna paint the back of the small ornament in the Red Vine color. So now we are gonna apply the indigo blue on this one. Okay, so let's let that dry. Okay, I have given a second coat to the small ornament plaque, and we're letting it dry, and now I'm giving a second coat to the large USA plaque, and we are gonna get these dry, and then we can start with our stencils and waxing our sides, like the edges, you know, and the papers and stuff like that. Get all the fun little finishes on here. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, the back of the small ornament is dry now, and we're going to glue on the overlay now with Pentart Express Glue. So we're just gonna apply glue along the back here. Okay. So I like that. I think it looks really pretty. Nice contrast on here. I like the red there. They're so cute. So you just want to make sure you get a good bond. You know, put some weight on here to help it adhere, and just, you know, wipe away any glue that oozed out to the edges. Just smooth it out, you know. Okay, it's adorable. It's gonna be really cute. I think I would like to put a little bit of crackle on here. So I will do that. I'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna apply cracking gel transparent. It's a 2-component system, and we're gonna apply component 1, and it needs about, you know, 10 to 20 minutes to dry if I use a heat gun on it. So I'll apply that first, and then we'll apply the second component. And I need to turn my fan off because you can't be having air blowing around and running a fan when you're using crackle media. This is component number 1. So I just want to put it in some random areas here. I don't want it to be all over. And kind of along the edges is nice. Sort of where old things would kind of age and wear and crackle, you know, up in there. If you make like cross hatch kind of strokes when you apply this cracking gel, you will have a network, like a very diverse network of crackles. But if you do long strokes, you'll get long angular crackles. But if you do little short and cross hatchy, the crackles will be, you know, in different directions and stuff. And I mean, it really doesn't make a difference to me. I think they're pretty no matter how they turn out. And then you can apply some of the crackle media to your frame, on your paint on your frame, you know. So I'll just do a little bit there. And the way that you tell where you applied your component number 1 is it's really shiny when it dries. Like, it's clear and it's very shiny. I think I'll take a little bit of crackle right across these two cuties, just a little bit. I don't want too much of it. There we go. That'll be cute. Maybe just a little touch there, so it's not so contrived, you know. I think I should do some of this here too. It'd be very cute and vintagey with its cracklies. So this needs to dry. So that was component 1, transparent cracking gel. Okay, now we're ready to glue the overlay onto the large USA plaque, and the back is dry. And I just wanted to let you guys know, when I first started painting, I thought I had picked up matte and I ended up putting glossy on it. And I love the glossy, I truly do. And but I really wanted the matte to match the matte on the red on the front. So I sanded it off camera and I went back in and did a couple coats of indigo blue in matte finish. And if I said earlier in the video that I was applying the matte indigo blue, I was at first doing the glossy indigo blue, but I changed it to matte after I sanded it. I just wanted to clear that up if there was any confusion. And so now we're going to glue this on, and then we're going to apply the second component of cracking gel transparent to our ornament. And as you can see, it's very shiny where the component 1 dried, and it'll be ready for this. So let's get this glued so we can get that adhered. Express glue is a really phenomenal glue. Bonds really, really well, especially on this MDF and HDF stuff and in other media. I love how well it adheres. Air dry clay castings. Touch here. Okay. So here we go. So when I lay them down, I line up like the larger points that jut out, and then I take my fingers and take the back and the front overlay piece and make sure they're flush together, and that helps line it up really easily. Press, and then we'll turn it over. So we're gonna let this sit, and they will be one with another, with each other. And we'll come back and do our crackle in just a few minutes. Okay, let's weight this down with something. Okay, component 2, cracking gel transparent. I love it. It's my favorite cracking medium. Okay, so here we go. We want to make sure we apply component number 2 on the shiny areas. So we know we went up in here earlier, and along here. I always think about how if things aged and crackled and foxed and yellowed, like a lot of times they'll do it along edges and stuff like that. So I try to, and up in little nooks and crannies. So I always try to get my little crackles into all those little places. And, you know, switch up my strokes on my brush so they're not all straight and long or the same. I think we had some across their little heads, their hats. And I think one over here across their little outfits. I think we had some here. And smooth out the blobs there. And we had it there. And along here. Get that frame crackled a little. All right, I think that's good. So we will let that dry. And I'm going to use Pentart Classic Crackle Varnish. And it's also a 2-component crackle system. And so we're gonna apply component 1 now and let it dry. And then we'll do component 2. Use a clean, dry, soft brush when you apply Classic Crackle Varnish, okay? And don't have air blowing around it or a fan overhead or anything like that. Okay, here we go. So, I really need a little bit smaller brush, but all my brushes are wet. So, gonna try to like scooch it into the sides here. Yeah, let me move this up so you can see better. So I do like cross-hatch kind of strokes with my crackles to get a good network of crackle. And you know what? I just need a smaller brush to get into these little nooks over here. You know, wasn't going in there very well for me. Okay. And I want to wipe off some of this here. A little gloppy, you know. Okay. this dry. And come back and do the next round, component number 2. And I'll be back. Okay, now we're ready to apply component number 2 of Pentart Classic Crackle Varnish. Here we go. Component number 2. My brush is a little big for this little bottle. Get it up in there. Get up there in the little crevices. We are going to apply some antique gold antique paste to our little ornament. So we have our antique paste in Antique Gold by Pentart. And I like to use like a brush or a little stencil brush to apply this to my crackles. So now we will go all around, and it looks really dark right now, but we're going to clean it up. We're going to wipe some of it away. And we're going to put some antique paste and umber all around the edges too, to age it. So now I'm just going with a soft towel or cloth. And we go in here and we rub it back, okay? And if you still think that your crackles are too dark or it's too much color, you can go in with, dab a towel, like the tip of a cloth or towel, into a solvent cleaner, and it will help wipe some of it back, you know, and lighten it up. And let's see, I can go in with this little stencil brush and just clean up inside here. I couldn't get in there with the towel. It's very pretty. I like it. I like the way the antique gold made their hair look more golden. Cute. Okay. So see, it just has like a golden light to it now. You know? And I chose antique gold because, you know, it's a Victorian postcard image, and I want it to look like, you know, old and antique-y. And so now we want to put some antique paste and umber in here. So I want to put the umber all in here, along these edges, for an oldie antique-y effect. Put it all in there. And I want to put it like here where we aged part of the frame. Just a little bit, you know. And you know, if you want to antique like other areas of your picture. You can go in here, you go in here, just give it that little vintagey look, you know. Okay. Clean it up a little bit. Okay. There you go. And we're going to stencil the back next. Okay. Let's stencil this. All right, here we go. Get my stencil. My Pentart stencil, and it is number 38236. Okay, and I'll put the number here, and it just has like a bunch of stars. Okay, and I'll put the name of it in the listing description with the video. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna use the beautiful Pentart Deluxe Paste Gold. This stuff is gorgeous, and it has the most brilliant, beautiful sparkle. So pretty. Look at that, beautiful. All right, let me get a feel for where this is. I want to make sure I get stars everywhere I can, you know. All right, here we go. All right, please be beautiful. Not too bad. A little messy right there, but we will clean that off right now. Hard to see when the stencils go to the edge, you know. You need to try to clean your stencils as quickly as possible after you use them, so the stuff doesn't dry and harden and like clog up your stencil designs in there. You know, so you kind of have to be quick about it. And the stencil cleaner, this is a Pentart stencil cleaner spray. Stuff works great. So there you go. So pretty, huh? Really, really sparkly. Brilliant stuff. All right, let that dry. Okay, I'm back, and there was one little detail that I forgot to do, and I'm gonna show you how I go back and add something to a decoupage project after we have already applied antique paste. So the crackle medium, transparent cracking gel is on here, as well as antique paste. So I forgot that I wanted to add this part of the paper with the 4 for 4th of July on here. So we're gonna go ahead and wet tear the, let me move this up so you can see. Just add some water. I kind of like this old looking kind of wax seal kind of bit here. And I would really like to add it on here. So we're gonna do that now. And it's what we're gonna do is clean this little area where I wanna put it with rubbing alcohol, but it'll be fine. And it's gonna get a coat of varnish. It is not going anywhere. So know that you can go back and add something like that. It's okay to do it. And you know, you're gonna add some varnish and a good sealer. Your stuff is okay in there. Alrighty. So as what I wanted to do, just have to get all these crazy fibers off of here. Okay, they'll drive me nuts if I don't. So I thought it would be really cute. She has a shield that she's holding, the little character girl, but you can barely see it. So I thought the 4 would be really cute parked right here. So, and it says the day we celebrate, and then it has the 4. So I think it makes sense to have it. So now we want to take just standard old 70% rubbing alcohol, and we want to take like a cloth and just get some alcohol on your cloth, and then just see where you want to put your doohickey. Just kind of clean it up a little bit right there and dry it off. I honestly don't even think I need to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, just to be sure. Okay. And close up my alcohol. A little dab of Pentart Decoupage varnish and glue. I'm literally just gonna brush it on the back of my paper here, so I don't have to get it all over my ornament. Okay. We want to fit it, like scooch it down into this little area as much as close as you can, okay? And there you go. A fun little detail on our little Victorian 4th of July ornament. And then we just get it good and decoupaged on here. We're gonna age that. It'll look great. Okay, for the next thing, when I was off camera, I took a small artist brush, like kind of like this, and I dipped it into the deluxe paste in gold, and I just did this light brushing around the sides with the gold glaze paste that we made the stars with back here. And I just love this stuff. It is so sparkly, and I like this, like the tone of the gold. So I just sort of put it around here. I like it. I don't know what made me want to do it, but I just wanted to put some sparkle in there. And I think we're good on the back. We might go in here with some antiquing to, you know, help it match the front, and maybe a little more antique paste in here. So let's do that now. And this is Pentart's antique paste in the color Umbra. Okay, so now what we want to do is get a little bit larger brush and go around this back area, okay? So I'm going to use this stencil brush here, and I'm not going to put a lot of pressure. I'm just going to softly, you know, rub over, like just get some aging in here. I don't want to like mess up my pretty stars or anything, you know. Let's just get around the edges here. I'll go in with my cloth, and I don't want this one, stuff, and just gently, you know, rub with your cloth. Some of these stars and dots are like kind of raised, so you want to be gentle. You don't want to like knock them off with the rubbing. So I'm trying to be really careful going around them. Okay, so I'll give you a little close up. Has a little agey edge. Go around this edge here. If you don't want it to be bright, you want it to be oldie, and just give it a little antiquing, you know, like all these little pieces that jut so much. You just go around like this, and you know, you can just put a little there. And then you go in with your cloth and just kind of rub it in a little bit if you want, and do the same with all your little parts here that you did. And there's a little crackle on here, you see that? Like there's this, it settles in there. Go back here. Okay, I like it. So we just want to go in with our antique paste we were using, and you just want to go around the perimeter of this little red wax looking seal, and you're just going to age around it and just kind of wipe it away if you think it's too much. And it has adhered really well. There's no lift and, you know, no puckering. It's all good. Okay, I like it. Nice and oldie and antique-y. All right, we're gonna leave it as is. I'm happy with it. And now we need to make our bow. So I'm gonna grab the ribbons and I'll be right back. Okay, well, the clear varnish gloss dries on our small USA 4th of July ornament. I want to patch in a piece of rice paper on here. This is the part of the Paper Designs Holiday 0130 that it said United States of America on it. And so I'm gonna just put the part that says America right here. So just like I did with the other piece that we patched in on here, we're gonna just clean a little area with the rubbing alcohol, okay? Dry it off by Pentart. And I don't even need to do a white background in here because this is kind of light where I'm putting it, and you know, it's gonna show just the way I want it to. It's gonna look good. I think we can do our umbra. I'm gonna do an outline of umbra to, like, you know, age this along the edges of where the decoupage paper fibers are a little frayed. Like, you know, make it stand out. And then we're gonna go over it with some antique gold. Kind of dress it up a little bit, you know. Okay. It's like an old patch kind of look. Now we're gonna do antique gold, antique piece by Pentart. So I'm trying to make it look like an old label or something, you know. Now we just want to wipe some of this around here. Then we go back in with a little bit of umbra and just sort of age it up a little bit. Artist brush here to just softly brush that. Okay, I like that. I think that's actually kind of pretty. So give it a little close up. Check out that yummy classic crackle going on in there. So I like it. It looks vintagey. I like it a lot. Okay, now we want to age all around here. I think it could use a little more. Nice little Decoupage Queen stencil brush. I like this one. It's in a set. And these are super well made. These are the best stencil brushes I've ever had. Our customers love them. We sold out. We have to order more. Nice and vintagey. So for here, I want to go around with some gold. I'm going to try a touch of gold antique paste. This is a little brighter than the antique gold. So let's just do a smidge here. I didn't know if antique gold would be a little too dark, you know. I feel like I could do a little bit of both probably, you know. So that's what I'll do. I'll just do some of this. Just go around and you just tip the edges with your brush on an angle to get it on there, you know, and then you go around with a cloth and rub it along the edges, you know. And it's very random. It doesn't have to be like a perfect line along the edge, you know. It's almost like you're gonna put gilding or gold trim around something and it got really old and it's been rubbing off in all the little areas. So, and I like that some of it is on the frame. Like I want that, and it's gonna blend on over onto here, and it's just gonna give it a nice touch. And then we'll antique it too with the dark umbre color. Just what I wanted. Pretty. So now we just want to do a little bit of the dark antique paste here and there, okay? So we'll just go, just tip the brush all around, because then we're gonna rub it in with the, blend it with the towel, and that's gonna help move it around. Get it where we want it. You want to get the areas that really stick out, like stuff, parts that would just be really exposed to like get oldie and dirty. You could do this with liquid patina. You could do this with antiquing gel, but I really prefer the antique paste because it rubs and wipes away easier. You know, it's creamier, and it's just my favorite, you know? Okay. That's good. Perfect. So now, let's rub it in the towel. I'm just gently rubbing at these edges and on the top of the frame. I'm not wiping really firmly or anything, just kind of gentle, you know. If there's areas that I want to wipe way more, I'll apply a little more pressure. But this is awesome. I like it like this. So perfect. There you go. If you can get a good look there. And you know what? I forgot to turn on my ring light so you guys could see better. I don't know if that helps, but here we go. Maybe that's better in the light for you. So there's our little golden America label, and this is our frame with the gold antique paste, and then we applied the umbre antique paste, okay? And we aged all around in the edges again with the antique paste umbre. And then this is gonna get sealed, so this one's still drying. I applied a couple of coats, so it's a little thick. So let's do clear varnish glossy, okay? So this is by Pentart. What I'm gonna do is find a clean dry brush, and we'll start brushing this on. So this is a nice soft brush. You don't want water. Don't use a wet brush. Use a nice dry, clean, soft brush when you apply crackles, mediums, or varnish, okay? All right, so let's get it up in here. And it's okay if it gets on the frame, because I'm gonna varnish the frame too to protect it. And I just wanna blot some of the liquid into the little crevices here. Let that drip into there. See if we can get it to flow into the little, there we go. And we'll do the same over here. Get it to go in there. So now we'll start brushing it over. Look how it makes the antique gold trim around the label come out. It's so pretty. So I saturate my brush a lot so I can let it kind of drip into these little nooks on here. There we go. You want to use very feathery, light, gentle brush strokes when you work with this kind of stuff. You don't want to press your brush, and you want a good soft brush that doesn't leave bristly strokes. And this clear varnish actually kind of levels out really nicely, and I never have brush stroke problems with this stuff. But, you know, you have to use a good quality brush and a good soft brush. So you just kind of take it and, you know, angle it around in the light and see if you have any really bare spots or anything that could get a little more, and do it quick before it starts drying. All right, I think that's great. Now we want to go around the edges. And you don't need much varnish on your brush for that. Okay, so these have to dry, and we're almost done with everything. This is also gonna get like some kind of ribbon bow, and I'm gonna like park it kind of in the corner over here, and I'll create a little hanger on the back, and we will be done. We just have to varnish the backs, but I'm gonna do that off camera. And that's it. Okay, so we're gonna make our bow now for the ornament, and this is the Bodabra bow maker, and it's really like an extra pair of hands that holds all of your ribbon and bow material for you and anchors it, and you know, you can do a lot of layers, and you use this, what they call the wand, to press and mash down all your ribbons once you have them laid out. And so this is the cord that you need to put on first. And this is like this really strong, sturdy cord that Bodabra gives you when you buy the bow maker. I got mine on Amazon, and it came with a batch of this sturdy, strong cord. They also have it in silver. I don't know if they carry it in other colors. You could use any other kind of strong cord. I tried some twine, like simple old natural twine once, and it broke when I was pulling it to tighten my bow. But I mean, I know there's probably some sturdier twines out there. So here we have our Stars and Stripes ribbon found at Hobby Lobby by Robert Stanley Collection. I think this is 6 yards on here. And then this is a faux crinkle silk ribbon from May Arts on a 50-yard spool. Yes, 1 inch ribbon. It's in red. This is some glitter twine, also from May Arts, and this is a 100-yard roll, gold. And then we have this little wisp of sheer red ribbon, very pretty color red, by the Ribbon Boutique. It's organza, and it is 6 yards, from Hobby Lobby. And then we have gold glitter eyelash yarn by Lion brand, Martha Stewart. It's been retired. I think they stopped making it a few years ago, but I don't know, you can check. If you can't find it, you can probably find it on Etsy or eBay. And this is a cute little cottony kind of piece of trim. It's kind of whimsical. I like it. I'm gonna put that in there. And then we have some natural twine, 1 in red and 1 in white. We're gonna put that, and these are just kind of a touch of like kind of rustic and you know, just a little charm in there. And I like to add the touches of sparkling gold twine and eyelash yarn because it's kind of like like the fireworks kind of thing, you know, the gold and sparkly fireworks in the sky. So let's get started. So we don't want to make a long bow. It's not even really going to be a looped bow like this. It's going to be just laid out like this, and we'll trim the edges. So you want to start out by positioning your ribbon in the center of this piece, and you want to figure out how long do you want. We don't want our bow to be really big because this is a little ornament. And by the way, Bodabra has a mini Bodabra for making mini bows. People use them to make bows for headbands and barrettes and little ornaments and stuff. And I think I'm gonna get one. But this is like the standard size Bodabra. So I don't want my bow to be too big, but I need enough room for trimming and tweaking. So it's better to have things a little too long than too short, because you can always take away, but you can't put it back once you cut it. So we're gonna have the length trail off about this much, okay? Probably too big, but you know, I'll be trimming it, guaranteed. So we want this piece, and now we want to lay our 1-inch red ribbon on here. Okay, and you can always pre-cut your pieces if you know the size you want them to be, or you can just leave them on the spool like when you're making classic bows that have lots of loops. So cut that, set that aside. And now, which one do I want to put? I know what I'm missing, my white ribbon. Where did I put it? Here it is. Okay. This really pretty kind of cottony wired ribbon. This is from Michaels by Celebrate It. I don't even know what they call this, but it's like this gauzy, just cotton natural. I love it. It's so cute. Gives a nice touch. So we want to make that the same length. I'm going to have this a little extra longer because it frays on the ends a bit, so I want room for that, you know. So we have that one. Set that aside. Now we want to put our little sheer red ribbon. Okay. And let's see. We're going to put our little white, our little cute whimsical white trim here. Okay. This is gonna just sort of go where it wants, so just do your thing, don't let it bug you too much. So we're gonna trim that there. And now we want to put these two together on here. Okay. They may be a little long, but we'll trim them. And we want to put our gold glitter twine. And this frays too, so you want to leave some length because you want to tie the edges of this or heat them with a heat gun to meld them together is what I do sometimes, or you can just tie them so they don't fray. So you have to leave plenty of room for that. And last but not least, our glitter eyelash yarn. I think this is so pretty. I love this stuff. Okay, so put that there. And I don't need this to be as long as the other pieces, honestly, you know, because just wasting it if you do. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so you want to take your wand and you just want to go like this, okay? It helps smush everything down together. And you can do it this way in here. And you see how it cinches it down the middle and packs it down in there. And if you have a lot of wired ribbon, it really works well with those. And then you want to take your cord. I probably cut way too much for mine. It's such a small bow, you know. Whoops, what is going on? Get in there. So you just want to take your bow cord and tie it really good and tight around your center. Okay? And then you can bring it up out of here and tie this up like this. And flip it over. And you can leave this cord on with the length. You don't have to cut it because it will act as something to tie onto whatever you're using it for. And it's nice and handy. So what I do is I don't cut the cord off. I keep it on there until I know I'm not going to need it. And then I just trim it. So now I know this bow is way too long for my ornament. And is what I want to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to put it here, and we're going to use this ribbon here as the ribbon to hang the ornament. So let's see. I think that's good. So you want to put it through your, just put it through your loop here. And I just use something to help pull it through. There we go. So I just loop it through. And dirty antique paste gets on your ribbon, but that's okay, because for me it's like nice and oldie looking, and I like that stuff. Sometimes I go in and age my ribbons. You know, I put distress ink on them. I put wax paste or anything, you know. You can put gold wax paste on here, antique paste. It always looks really cool. So this is a good little length for our hanger. So I'm not going to tie that yet. And then I'm going to park this on here, and I want to determine how much I need to cut off, okay? And get these boogers out of the way. So all of this needs to get trimmed, okay? And so now we're just going to start back here. I'm just going to fold the red one into the stars and stripes. And I'm going to trim a good length off of there. Probably should trim more. Then go over here, do the same. Just fold it over. Okay, so now let's get this pretty thing cut. And these don't have to all be cut the same length. You can make some of the bows towards the top layers, you know, shorter, kind of like a staggered look, because then you can see the other bows peeking out underneath them, and I think that's always really cute. And then we're gonna trim this one just a tad shorter. There we go. All right, so then some of these are wired, so you can just kind of crimp, like scooch them and bend them and make them look a little fluffier like that. Give them a pretty little shape, you know, and get our little gold fancies out of the way and get our cord out of the way. And then we can just go like, so you park your bow, and we're gonna, you know, you could tie it through this loop that the red ribbon's on with this cord and tie it on, or you can hot glue it. I normally hot glue mine, but for now, for the goodness of not filming while a hot glue gun heats up, I'll stick the cords through here. Okay, if I can. It's kind of stiff cord, so it's a little handy that way. Maybe this will help it go in there. Okay, here it comes. There we go. So we'll just pull this up. Okay, so this is parked up here. We have our cute little sparkly fireworks tinsel twines. I think they're fun. And you need to get your booty over there, white twine. I like it. I think it's cute. Okay, so let's just scooch these and kind of bend them and make them look a little froofy. Yeah? Oh, my husband is watching the presidential debate right now. He's calling me to come in there. I told him I'm not watching it. Nope, not interested. It is crazy town. I'm not watching that stuff. Like, I don't watch TV. I haven't watched, I literally hardly watch anything anymore. I watch like historical stuff and happy things. That's it. Okie doke. So I am definitely gonna hot glue this on. It's gonna drive me bonkers if I don't. It's like, I need to hot glue mine on. Okay, so let's show you guys what this looks like. So this will be all settled on here. And did I put it up too high? I think I did. You guys can see it. And I think it's really festive and fun and natural and not too fancy, you know, but I like it. And you can go in like with this ribbon here and take your little brush and go in with your antique paste, you know, and like age along here if you want, just a little. And you could do gold wax paste or gold antique paste. And I might, you know, focus on all that later off camera, but in the interest of time, I'm not gonna do all of it. And then you just go in with your cloth and rub it, but be gentle. This sheer organza, it pulls like the, you know, you don't want to yank on it or anything. But I would focus on just a little, like a little bit on the edge, you know, not too heavy. And then the antique paste in gold by Pentart, it would be really pretty on here. So I would just get like a little brush and dip in my antique paste. And you could just go like this, like, you know, it's really pretty. I love that. Oh, I love it so much. I just love ribbons brushed with gold wax and antique paste. It's so pretty. And you can use this to tone down your dark antique paste I put on, like if you don't like it so much. You can just like brighten it up a little bit with your gold. Oh, it's so pretty. It looks really good on the edge. Like, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. All right, my friends, what do you think? I hope you like it. And I'll tie these up now so we can hang it. Give it a good little tight knot there. And just trim this up over here. I'm gonna do the other one off camera. I don't wanna make you wait. And I'm gonna hot glue this on to affix it nice and tidy. And it would be really, really cute for your 4th of July decor. You know, you could hang these on a wreath or anything like that. We have to do one more thing. I thought I was done, but I have to do the coated clear varnish, don't I? So let's do that. I have to take the bow off for that. I'm glad I didn't glue it on. Okay, so let's get our Pentart clear varnish glossy. Okie doke. So we need a clean, dry, soft brush. Make sure there's no debris in your pretty little ornament area. No fuzzies or anything. Okay, this is good. This is a good soft dry brush. And it looks like I have a piece of glitter on there. That's gonna bug me. Okay. So this is Pentart Clear Varnish Gloss. This is a solvent-based medium. You need to use this in a well-ventilated area. And it needs to dry. And the scent of this is a bit strong when you first open it and apply it, but it goes away, it dissipates, and after a day or two, I don't even notice the scent of it on my projects. It goes away. But you know, we all have different senses of smell. Some things are stronger to our senses than others, so you have to be the judge of that. But I just like to mention it, you know. Right, so I just dip my brush in here, and you can also pour your varnish in here if you have a way to pour it in without making a mess on the bottle. And so I just brush it in. The clear varnish gloss is going to protect your project. And I kind of am generous with my application here because I want it to like kind of self-level as best as it can. There's a piece of debris. It's a glitter. Get off of my stuff. All right, so I feel like I need to put a little bit right here, down here in that edge, and down here. I want to make sure I got it up in these little nooks and crannies. And I feel like I can't get it in there, you know? So let's do this. Put like a drip in there and see if we can get it to run in there. Nope, we need something to help move it along. So let's do this. This little thing, maybe it'll help scooch it in there. There we go, got it in. Perfect. And then I think we need like a little bit here. Seems a little sparse. Okay. So you can coat this entire project with your clear varnish gloss. So after the front dries, I will seal the back with this as well. Now we just want to do the blue paint because that has crackle on it if you recall. And so I want to get a nice varnish coat on there. It's all settling in and it's gonna look really cute, you know? So okay, so that's it for the front, and I will put a coat on the back when this is dry.